Because there is something about being in a classroom with kids. They're just unfiltered, and they are more than willing to let you in if you're authentic with them. So to not be around that was really difficult, and realizing we're sitting in our houses in places where we're not really accustomed. I wanted to be human because, well, we are, but we tend to kind of hide ourselves behind, how oysters take the grain of sand, and like the outward part is really pretty, but the inward part is like a painful grain of sand. And I thought, if I'm feeling like this, then I know my kids must be. The hardest part of life is when you realize that your insides don't match your outsides. You know what I mean? When you can't be who you are because you think society wants you to always look like you've got your stuff together, but we don't. I don't. And I know if I don't, then my kids don't. This is a chance to maybe step away from old ways that didn't honor the human in them and me, and maybe approach it in a different way. I think anxiety and depression are some things that I see across classes. Like my school classes, and I know it's lived in my house with my kids too. And to kind of give kids a safe place to maybe like let their shoulders down is really important to me. I think this environment is giving kids fewer like opportunities to be wandering around that minefield of adult disapproval, because there's a lot of it. You have to recognize your flock isn't just your assigned flock. I think in the Army it's the same way. Like my flock is also their moms and dads and guardians, and the people who are sitting at home with them in this new environment, trying to hold down their own jobs and manage kids in 3 different school levels or whatever that looks like. So having a warm cup of emotional coffee for those people too, I think is really important. Whatever it ends up looking like, I think it cannot exist fairly the way it exists now. And a lot of that is we take for granted the authority of certain figures. And I think teaching is some of that. Teaching is a big part of that.
Yes.
We have punitive results that are administrative, but an administrative action is still a punitive action if you're the person on the receiving end of it. My kids had referrals for being disrespectful by getting up and throwing away a piece of paper in a class. His 8th grade English teacher was like, "I've never been treated more disrespectfully." And I was like, "Oh honey, you don't even know." Like,
my high five is going out to all the teachers out there who are making this change. So Catherine, high five.
Thank you. High five back.